It's Platt, and today I have a holiday treat that will give you something to mull over. That's next on Platt's Drink of the Week. So, another fun little video for you today. We're going to keep with the holiday theme. I have today Winterlandschaft Gluhwein. That's more than a mouthful, trust me. I purchased this particular bottle at $9.99. This is 8.5% ABV. Real quick before we get going in the video, there's going to be some verbiage, some Germanic words that I am not going to pronunciate right, but I'm going to do the best I can. We have something called a Gluhwein that is also known as mulled wine or spiced wine. So these may be a new concept for you, but if you've ever heard of mulled wine before, that's what we have. What mulled wine is it's red wine with different, they use the term mulling spices, but just red wine with various spices added to it and served warm to hot, but not too hot because then you kind of boil off the alcohol. Alcohol boils at a lower point. So warm wine, heated wine with spices, basically what we have here. Mulled wines are popular throughout Europe, especially around the holidays. Similar to eggnog. You know, you can conceptually drink eggnog all year long, but we generally drink it around the holidays. And the same thing for mulled wine, or also in Germany known as Glühwein. Sold at various Christmas markets throughout Europe. Sometimes that's the only alcoholic beverage they sell at these things. In Poland, they actually like to take it up a notch and throw a little bit of vodka in there. Those folks in Poland know how to party for sure. Actually, in Poland, sometimes they will use Glühwein, mulled wine as a cocktail mixer. Even though there's alcohol in it, they use it as a mixer. They will not get cheated in their holiday parties for sure. First mention of spiced wines or mulled wines historically came in the 2nd century BC in actual Roman play. So it was in kind of pulp culture at the time. So we've known of spiced wine, or it has been around for roughly about 2,000 years. So we've been doing this for a while. Move ahead to the year 1390, and in the book known as The Form of Curry, translated from Middle English, so I'm not 100% sure what the original title was. But anyway, it was one of the early English cookbooks, and at the time they had a recipe for this. It included things like cinnamon, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and sugar. Throughout the years and through various recipes, sugar's been added, not been added. Kind of depends on your regionality or just the recipe you have. But sometimes sugar's added, sometimes not. In the UK, mulled wines are popular, but they also produce mulled ciders and mulled ales, even though they're not near as popular. They also produce a non-alcoholic version for the kids to have that they use just regular straight apple juice. What we have here is known as Glühwein, or in German it translates into smoldering wine. Again, you're heating the wine, but not necessarily bringing it to the boil. In Germany, they love a hearty alcoholic beverage as much as anybody, and they enjoy having their own kind of drinking mugs, the classic beer stein. Well, they created tankards also to drink Glühwein. And the first known one out there was in the year 1420, and it was owned by a gentleman named Count John IV of Katzenbagen. Hopefully I said that right. He was also the first known grower of Riesling wine grapes. So kind of full circle there, even though most of the time, a vast majority of the time, it's made with red wine grapes. It can conceptually be made white too, but generally red wine. But I found that kind of an interesting connection there, kind of the circle around. Sometimes in Germany, they serve this, what they call mit Schuss, or with a shot. The shot's usually rum. Now, I don't know if they do it like we would do here in the U.S., a Boilermaker, where I just hand you the shot and then your beer, and then you knock back the shot and kind of milk your beer. I don't know if it's like that, or they just dump the rum right in their Glühwein. Not 100% sure, but I found that interesting. There are variations of this throughout the world, from South America to North America, all throughout Europe. The Nordic countries, they refer to this as glog, G-L-O-G-G. They sometimes will fortify it or add spirits to it, whether it's vodka, brandy, or aquavite. In Bulgaria, they have what's known as Grioni Vino. It's their mulled wine made with honey and peppercorn. And then in Portugal, they make something called Vino Quente. Hopefully I said that right. And it's made with either Madeira or port, which are fortified wines, wine that's already had brandy spirits added to it, and then they add the spices. So again, popular throughout the world. This is just something that most North Americans don't know a lot about. If you are interested in making your own mulled wine, there's something you make at home, I will leave a link to my video down here or maybe up here. I've made it before for the holidays. Fun little treat. Again, be sure you don't overheat it. If you get anywhere above like 130 in the 140 range, you could start cooking off some of that alcohol. If you have like a crock pot, your lowest setting will probably do just fine. I actually have let this just sit in some hot water while I was getting ready to shoot this video. So I've had it kind of heat up a little bit, but not too much. We kind of want to open it up a little bit. So that being said, let's drink some mulled wine. All right, nice deep dark color. Let's go in for the nose. Getting something on there. Nose-wise, this kind of reminds me just kind of a straightforward kind of Merlot or kind of basic. On the nose, it gives me a little heavier body than like a Merlot, but kind of just a basic red blend. Yeah, I'm not really picking up spice on the nose. Let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, okay. Took a second. Got the sweetness up on the tongue, but after a while, on the back, some of those, I got that cinnamon was one of the first one. Cinnamon, clove, are kind of the predominant ones. I do get a hint of orange, sometimes orange or other fruit. Sometimes these can be kind of turned in almost like a spiced sangria. Think of it as, maybe that's a good way to think mulled wine. It's kind of a variation of a warm, spiced up sangria a little bit. Yeah, similar vibe. You know what? If you cut up some like pieces of apple and a couple of orange slices, stuff like that, and someone told you, hey, that's sangria, you could almost go for that. So yeah, if you like a nice, deep, red sangria and are willing to try something different, this might be an avenue to go to. As far as serving in a party or wherever, you could probably punch this up a little bit. Throw in a punch bowl, maybe throw some lemon lime soda, what have you. Again, if you want to make it, I'll leave that video down below. But definitely something a little different. If you're feeling a little culinary, if you view yourself as kind of a chef, you could probably play around with this. As far as this product goes, just drinking it straight, it's not bad, but I don't get a ton of the spices. They're there. It's subtle. It's very drinkable. This is something I can just just kind of sip on pretty easily. But for a holiday feast or whatever, maybe you want to play around, throw a little bit more of this, that, what have you. But cool little background. Again, if you're wanting to do kind of a more traditional Christmas or kind of old Christmas theme, maybe some mulled, Gluhwein would be good for you. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or things in the liquor store you'd like me to try, please leave them in the comment section, or you can always contact me on the Twitter page. Till next time, bottoms up.